Here's my story. 4 months ago, I was exploring some new things to do because I was a bit bored. That's when I discovered trading. Well, I knew trading for longer than that. Well, transitioning from a value investor, I thought some knowledge I had in finance could help me in my trading career, and it does for a little bit on the more broader things of the more broader stuff of the financial market and the financial markets. But looking on a chart, I have no clue what I'm looking at. A bunch of red and green candles going up and down. To be honest, just like anyone starting off, I got no idea of where to entry or where to buy. Well, luckily for me, I had some experience in, the investing world, so I know how the buy and sell orders work, how assets are priced long term, and but I've never been doing things like these, right? Technical analysis. Bro, most I've done is building a DCF model for the stock or a company. I've never done more than that. Like for more short term analysis, like technical or all this kind of stuff. I started off trading with AI, so I have I had my ChatGPT, and I spent like an hour or two trying to prompt the AI to trying to implement the learning loop into the model, and let him experiment with different strategy until it finds the one that it's the most optimal, that it thinks it is the most optimal. It's a bit cold right now, so I'm gonna get my jacket. I'll be right back. Okay. To be honest, I don't. 4 months ago, I don't even know the concept of. I don't know any concept of trading. I just know that what my GPT tells me to do is wait for a price to retrace into a fair value gap and reject, or I don't remember, maybe closed inside or reject off that fair value gap, and it's a bit cold, an entry or an entry, and then put my TP at the liquidity and my stop loss also. That's all I know. I don't know how to read market structure. I don't know how to read price action. Neither I knew how to identify different types of candlesticks. Within like the first 7 days, I doubled my money, and I used that money to buy my first prop firm account. It was a $10,000 account. I had to do a two-phase eval for that. I almost passed the first phase, which is making 10% profit within like the first week of buying that prop firm, because my AI was so accurate back then. But then it's starting to go on a losing streak. From a 9.7% profit turned into a negative 0.3% profit. I mean loss. So that's when I starting to think that maybe AI is in the way, and I starting to grasp like about the picture of how this market works. So I started trading on my own, studied a few videos online on YouTube, and then I started trading the right way. I was trading price action for breakout, implementing the breakout strategy I just wait for price to form a level of support or resistance and wait for it to break. And it went really well. In the first month, I go from $9,300 to around $10,330. So I was about 6.7% away from passing the first phase of the eval challenge. Oh, it's really cold. My hands are freezing. And then strategy isn't working. I mean, like, I waited. I think I got like the psychology mm, kind of right. The execution was not bad, but I just learned about the market regimes, and there are different types of market in the chart, especially for now when there's a lot of macro uncertainty and market manipulation happening in the market. And as also for commodities like gold or silver, because I was trading CFDs, mainly only on gold. I was doing great until I didn't. I was doing great until I don't. And so I stepped back a little bit. I study a new strategy. Other strategy, I've looked into different ones. ICC, indication, correction, and continuation. ICT concept, smart money concept, but nothing seems to work for me. And maybe because I don't put enough time into that. But I think it's mainly because I have a bias for my. I mean, I have a bias on well, I think that a working strategy has to be a strategy that aligns with how the market works, and I believe that the market moves because of based on the auction market theory, right? And that's when I started learning the auction market theory. But before that, when I was when I say it didn't work, here's what happened. I was executing my breakout strategy as usual, but then I keep losing. Usually, I manage my risk, and I only do 2 losses per day, no more than that. If I win one trade in that day, then I'm off for good. However, as it keeps losing over a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, until I almost blew my fund account, and I moved into a new strategy that traded off of pure price action on market strategy. And it's still the same, losing streaks, never winning any trade. I had a live account that has like $300 in it, $400, I don't remember. Yeah, at first I was making around lots of profit off of that, but then I started losing until the money is until I'm down to like $200, and then I just said fuck it, I'll go all in. And then every trade I went all in was a loss, and I was in like negative $281.25 if I remember correctly. And recently I have using the latest strategy that I learned, I spot a new opportunity. Well, it was a swing trading opportunity, so I went all in with the last $100 that I had. It's not actually my last $100. It's just that it's the last sum of money that I would put into trading. And I said to myself, if I lose this, then I would not risk more of live capital until I have an edge in this market, because that would be stupid, and I was stupid, okay? And I lost it. Yeah. So in total, for 4 months, so in total, over the period of 4 months, I lost $381.25. And I don't think it's that bad considering um that I considering of how I deal with myself mentally and physically while taking trades, after the trades, or even before the trades. I mean, I did a bad job of going all in, but it's because it's just $100 that I can risk. It's an amount of money that I can risk, and the risk to reward ratio is immense. So that's why I go all in. I'm sorry. I couldn't really speak normally because it's really cold, and do not ask me why I sit outside. It's just that I feel like it. um, where was I? Oh yeah. What I realized after I lost around $400 in trading is that my last $100 was well spent. If you think in a way that you didn't lose $100, but you lose, but you pay $100 to stop yourself from losing more. If losing that $100 would stop me, then let it. If losing that $100 would stop me from losing more money, then let it be. So why am I making this video? It's just to be totally honest, it's just for journaling and shit. But honestly, because I feel like I'm getting better every day. My presence have. Oh my god, the car is insane. Because I feel like I'm getting better every day. Myself now is better than myself an hour ago. Myself now is better than myself a minute ago, and I think I keep progressing in the correct direction, and I'll never give up on this. For me, it's really hard to find the passion or a thing that you like, and for me, trading is like the perfect thing because my core values lies in two things. The first one is freedom, and the second one is truth. As we know, trading is full freedom. Isolating yourself from the society, staying alone, focusing, trying to not just competing with other participants in the market, but also yourself. You can choose where you want to work, when you want to work, with who you want to work, and you could do it alone, and most people do it alone. Secondly, truth. As you know, the market never lies. When people are exposed with money, or there is money on the lie, or there is money on the line, they never, never, ever lie. It's brutally honest. A bit too brutal sometimes. But it's a very magnificent place if you think about it. The market is where 8 billion people participated in, and no one have any fucking idea where the price is going to be at 5 minutes in the future, 5 years in the future, 5 seconds in the future. It's really, really magnificent in that way, and no one actually knows how prices moves, what moves them, when it's going to move, where it's going, but it reflects the real, honest thought of whether it's humans or algorithm behind that market. It really reflects that through prices and money. I think a lot. I do think a lot, and I suppose most of you do think a lot. And keeping them just inside your head is really heavy on yourself. and I can feel it physically. And I just want this to be space where I express myself, where I can express myself fully. So, am I going to give up? Fuck no. Never, bro. When I find something I want to do, I will die on that hill trying to do something. As they said, it's better to fail or die trying than never take actions. So, next year I would be taking a gap year and going to either Canada or Australia. I'm gonna work multiple jobs parallel to doing the training thing. But in order for me to do that, I gotta make the training work. So I have about a year. This would be my official mark. I don't remember what day it is. But today is going to be my great reset. I just took 1 hour off. I just studied for an hour, and I'm going back to study after finishing recording this video, and it's getting colder and colder every second because on this mountain everything is so fucking cold. But I also want this video to, I just want it to communicate to lots of people who are trying things that they know is difficult, but they want to do it anyway. You don't listen to me very carefully. If you don't have clarity in what you do not worry, because clarity will come after action. You gotta do it first before you find that. You gotta do it to find. You gotta do it to clear. You gotta do it to clearly see it. And if it's hard, don't give up, man. When you're young, you don't have a lot to lose now, but you have a lot to lose in the future. So if you don't take risks now, if you don't take action now, if you don't do it now, then you wouldn't have the chance to do it ever again. This is a time of your life to be your hungriest form, the most focused form, the most... My head just went blank, and I don't even remember what I said, but I think that it's for today. There is nothing much for me to cover in this video, because I just really want to express my current thought and share some experience. But if I have something on my mind to say in the future, then we'll meet again on this channel. Right? I really feel like recording a video, talking to myself, and keeping it for like myself, and keeping it for myself in 5 years or 10 years to look back and see of how much or how successful they have, that to look back and see that how far they've come and how much more they can obtain and acquire from there. But I'm really done now, so I'm going to end the video now. So I'm going to produce a lot more videos when I'm back in Thailand, because that's where my friends are. And I hope you have a good day.